September 17th, 2024. Oh my, what is going on in this world? You know, there's a kind of hush. There's a kind of hush all over Washington, D.C. when a liberal uses a assault rifle to go after a Republican. Um, there's no talk about stricter gun laws. It's crickets. It's crickets. They're not talking. They're not saying a word after the assassination attempt on Donald Trump by a liberal registered Democrat. So Donald Trump is going to be in Flint, Michigan today, down the street from where I live. Donald, you have your son, Barron Trump, and your beautiful wife, and your family, and your boys, Don Jr. and Eric, and their family, and your grandchildren. We love you. Don't come to Flint. Flint is a dangerous place. Don't come, please. What did the chameleon Comrade Kamala say? Do not come. Do not come. I'm saying, Donald Trump, do not come to Flint, please. Your safety is important. And I have to agree with the gentleman I seen on Newsmax. And don't just, for right now, don't go golfing. Um, don't go out. Hi, Heidi. How are you? Just lay low for a few more weeks until the election. Don't go out in the public. Don't go out in the open. Right, Heidi? Donald Trump, he can't be going out. People are trying to hurt him. People are trying to kill him, and it's coming from the mainstream liberal news. All the rhetoric they're putting out about he's a threat to democracy. He needs to be eliminated. Then you have these nut jobs like this guy at Mar-a-Lago at the golf course there that tried to use an old gun, an old Russian or Ukrainian gun, don't even know if it worked, to try to take out Donald Trump. So, I don't know. Lord Jesus, come quickly. I want Jesus to be the president of the world. He is the president of the world. Let him into this country. Let God back into this country before we don't have a country left, before we don't even have a country anymore. Heidi, what have you been doing with yourself? Um, I've been wondering where. I haven't been online either. I have been really sick lately, so no, just keep me in your prayers. I went to see the vampires yesterday in Quest. They drew my blood, and I got an appointment on Monday. Christy will get the blood test results back. She knows how to read them. I don't know how to read them. Hi, Avis. God bless you. I've been thinking about you and praying for you. So, I'm trying to see what's going on with Pastor Dave. I've got to have not a full PET scan, cancer PET scan, next month, but a CT with contrast of my lung to make sure that that cancer in my lung has gone and it's not returned. So, well, I've been dealing with quite a bit of things. Thinking about you, Avis, thinking about the homeless. I didn't have any money yesterday. No one's given to our ministry, so we haven't had anything coming in. And Christy had put 2 garbage bags full from her family of cans, returnable cans and bottles into the bed of my, into the back seat of my truck. So I was in Flint yesterday and I didn't know what to do except pray for the homeless. I found a homeless gentleman if you're from Flint, Michigan, beware. Because I get stung all the time. I get stung all the time. Not everyone is really homeless. Some are drug addicts. Some want cash. They don't want food. Um, I found a gentleman. He seemed like an elderly gentleman, although I'm elderly and I won't admit it. I'm going to be 68 October 16th, Avis. Oh my goodness. I'm not young like you, Avis. I'm not a spring chicken like Avis. Avis, I think, is 19. Avis, I love you. Um, but I found a gentleman holding a sign, homeless, anything helps. God bless you. And so, well, God bless you, anything helps. I didn't have any money to give him. I didn't have the money to go to McDonald's and get him a meal. I don't give out cash. I never give out cash. When you get to this ministry, I don't take them cash unless it's to get them in a hotel. And we haven't taken anything in. So this ministry is just like in the dirt. And the devil's laughing, the devil's dancing, the devil's doing this. He's doing the Donald Trump dance. I got Pastor Dave, I got him now. No one's given. So I had the cans in the back seat of my truck, and I see the gentleman sitting there in the corner of Grand Traverse and Atherton Road in Flint, Michigan, and sitting on a milk crate holding a sign. He wasn't disabled. I mean, he can get up and walk. And I pulled over. I even have, for my ministry, I have a flashing light. I have a flashing light when I want to stop, because I'll stop dead. If I see a homeless person and I'm able to help them, I'll stop right in the middle of traffic. I don't care. And so I put the flasher on, and oh, sure, I'm here, I'm for you. Heidi, you're the baby of the family. Heidi's the baby of the family. So I see him, I pull over, and I say, I don't have any cash or food to give you, but I've got about over $20 in returnables. Would you like those? He says, no, I don't want to take them back. I'm all right. Go on, he said. I don't want them. And I'm thinking, what a scammer. What a scammer, jammer, windjammer. He doesn't want to take the case. He's not homeless. He's not hungry then. He's probably a drug addict. He wouldn't take the cans. I would take, I'll take the day somebody give me $20 worth of cans. I can put gas in my car. Ava, 75. So see, I run into that all the time. So the Lord kind of shows me who to help and who not to help. So this guy, if you're in Flint, near Atherton and Grand Traverse. Grand Traverse goes all the way up to, hi Tom, Grand Traverse goes all the way up to Hurley Hospital. And a lot of homeless are there at Hurley Hospital. They hang out there. But this guy's not really in need. He wouldn't take the $20 over, probably like $25 in cans. That's my heart broke. That's all I had to give him, and he didn't want them. He was kind of sarcastic to me, like, no, go on, get out of here. I don't want the cans. So I see that all the time. So many are real, and that's how you can tell the ones that are really in need, is because we haven't had any offerings to the ministry. Nothing's coming in. And like I said, the devil, he's dancing, because that's what he wants. And so I don't know, but the Lord shows me who to help and who not to help. So I don't know. Yeah, I hear you. And it's getting bad everywhere now with the Haitian migrants. They're getting the housing, Avis. That's why it's hard for you to get housing. You got your 75, and you've got income, so you got Social Security, and Medicare is automatic, and the Part B and C and all that stuff. So you should be able to get into an apartment. But how can you get into an apartment if a Haitian migrant has the apartment? I know here, like if Christy left me today, I'm 60. I'll be 68 in a few weeks. My Social Security and Medicare would get me in all of these places here. These assisted living. They take your check. They'll take your Social Security. They'll love to get you. And I don't get much on Social Security. I get really low. I only get 800 and I already checked into it. $834 after they take out the Mutual of Omaha prescription plan. But they would take me into any of these assisted living places for senior citizens with my $800 check. So, I mean, they would take you in a heartbeat in Florida. But there is room here in Flint, and they're saying there's an outpouring of Haitian migrants in Flint. I have seen this, yes. But that's an option for you, Avis. If you have Social Security, you can get into. If you have a check, they want your check. It's like a homeless shelter, like Carriagetown, my brother's keeper. So many in Flint, I can't think, in Detroit. If you are on Social Security, SSI, disability, or just Social Security because you turned 65, come on in, open door. They take you don't get your check every month to spend. They take it and then they'll give you money to spare. Uh, uh, so that's how that works. The homeless I'm talking about don't have Social Security and they don't have identification. So it's difficult. It's hard. It's hard. And now these migrants are taking up all of the space. They're getting put into because Joe Biden and Kamala Harris now is Kamala and Obama is running the show right now. They're paying assisted living. They're paying homeless shelters. They're paying hotels and motels to take in. It's based on income. Yeah, that's how it is here too. It's based on your income. Like me, I don't have income. I'm very low Social Security, but I can get into any of these places, and they base it on my income, and then they give me I think you might be able to verify this, Tam. They'll give you so much out of your check for personal products and things you need, but they take the bulk of your check for the room and board. Oh, it's a tough situation. It seems I'm always busy when you're live. I'm live. I'm not dead. Anyway, hungry for the truth. So, hello from San Antonio. They pay the electric and yeah, they do. They do. That's why I can't understand why Sister Avis can't get into some housing there, especially if the ones that can't, they don't have Social Security. But if you have Social Security, you're kind of taken care of, unless it's due to the migrant crisis, and there are no. But they don't take the migrants. Don't go into the assisted living for the senior citizen assisted living and VA. Migrants aren't allowed into those places. So. Section 8, yes. Yeah, I deal with a lot of that because I deal with so many homeless here. And our homeless usually aren't senior citizens that have Medicare or Medicaid and Social Security. We try to get them Social Security so they can get into housing. The ones we deal with don't have Social Security. Like me, if everything fell apart today, I'm not in the same place I was when we were homeless. Someone's going to take me because I've got Social Security. The nursing homes are going bankrupt. Seniors living there. Yeah, but I don't think you need a nursing home. I just think you need assisted living. You don't need a nursing home, and if you're able to get up and get about, you know what I mean. Nursing home is where you're under constant medical care, and they got to watch after you and give you, if you can't take your own medications. Look into assisted living. But we're, like I said, we had oh my goodness, an eye-opening yesterday. Nowadays, you have to move to a state that will have room. Yeah, that's true too. You got to relocate. But Tam knows about all this. Section 8 is closed in Osceola. Oh, really? That's terrible. I thought Florida was up on their stuff. With the governor there, what is his name? I can't think now. The one Donald Trump used to laugh at him, DeSantis. I thought they were up on their snuff over there. But yeah, I didn't have no money to help. No one's given to our ministry in a long time. So I run into this guy. Now, he had to be of age to have Medicare. And he had to be of age to have Social Security of some kind, but I didn't have any money to give him. He's sitting on the corner with his cardboard sign, and I got $25 worth of cans, returnables. In the Michigan is a returnable state, 10 cents every can. So I had about probably $25 worth of bottles, cans in my back seat of my truck. I turned my yellow flasher lights on, and I said, sir, I'm going to pray for you. I don't have any food to give you today, but I do have these cans. He said, I don't want the cans. I don't want them. Go on, get out of here. I don't want them. You don't got money, cash? I said, no, okay. So that's what I deal with. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. And try to relocate Avis and get out of Florida if it's that bad. I didn't know Florida was like that. I thought Florida was, at least with Trump there owning property in Florida and DeSantis, and no migrants are allowed, no immigrants allowed, they shouldn't have any problem there with housing. Flint, Michigan is overrun now with migrants and immigrants. I see them. I'm getting ready to go out today. I don't have anything, no offerings come in, so I don't have anything to give today but some Bibles. I went and bought some Bibles to pass out. And I still have some Bible tracts, and all I can do is pray for people today. But Donald Trump is supposed to be here tonight at 7 p.m. for a town hall on Center Road, the heart of evil in Flint, Michigan. Center Road and Lippincott, near Lapeer Road, at the Dort Federal Credit Union Hall. It's a big marketplace hall in a condemned, rat-infested city. Danger, danger, danger. Donald Trump, do not come to Michigan. Don't take the chance. Don't come. 2 people have tried to kill you already. Don't come to Flint. Christie's, every hair that is gray in her head, she said, is because I go to Flint. Flint is worse than Detroit. Detroit is, used to, they say, was the murder capital of the world. Flint is incredible for murder. They will kill you at a red light if you look at them the wrong way. So when you're in Flint, Michigan, and you pull up at a red light, don't glance over at the person in the car next to you. You might. Christy learned that lesson. I told this story so many times over and over and over. She was with me, but this was Detroit. It wasn't Flint. And there was one of these low-rider cars that had the hydraulics. It was bumping up and down. We were on Springwells and Verner Highway in southwest Detroit, and it had these wooden beads on the steering wheel, were like wooden beads, and they had the red bandanas. They were Latin Count gang, called the Latin Counts. And I said, honey, don't look. Don't look. What does she do? She turned her head and she looks in the car, and the guy kind of smiles at her. He pulls out a 9mm and he kisses it. He gives the barrel of the gun a kiss. And then the car goes up and down. I said, oh, honey, I told you don't do that. Oh, that's too bad. I was so wanting. Michigan is okay. Flint's not okay. There are places in Michigan that is so beautiful, Tam. The Upper Peninsula of Michigan, Tequamanon Falls. Look up Tequamanon Falls. Look up the Upper Peninsula. Look up Grayling, Michigan. Gaylord, Michigan. Newberry. There's so many beautiful places. But Flint is, downtown Detroit's not bad. If you want to see the skyscrapers and you want to see that, it's not bad. Just don't go to Flint. Don't go to Flint. Nothing lives here anymore. The devil lives here. I'm in Grand Blanc, so I'm one city over from Flint. And Grand Blanc, it's okay. We got doctors and lawyers in our neighborhood and the big fancy $1 million homes. But if you take a good spit and your spit lands, it'll land in Flint. It's bad. It's so bad. I never seen Henry Ford Museum. I've lived here my whole life. Christy had a family member that just went to see Henry Ford Museum. But I used to work right there. I used to work at what they call the Twin Towers, not the Twin Towers in New York. There are 2 towers, and they are almost like the exact replica of the World Trade Center, but they're the Dearborn Twin Towers. I was in charge of security for Ford World headquarters, Ford Motor Credit, and the Dearborn Twin Towers, and Henry Ford. I was sworn in by the police chief of Dearborn, and I was an ordnance officer. I wasn't a security guard, I was an ordnance. I had the white shirt and a gold badge, and I rode around in a police vehicle, and I would write tickets all day. I just wrote tickets all day, had people screaming in my ear. Learned a lot with that job back in the early 90s. I was the traffic enforcer. I was a traffic cop, is what I was. So I wrote tickets, and you had the super rich, they never paid their ticket. That would go, I would, at the end of the day, I would take my stack of tickets, I'd go to police headquarters, and I'd turn them in, and they'd stamp them, and the next day, dismiss, dismiss, dismiss. All these bigwigs at Ford got their tickets dismissed. They never had to pay a ticket. They could do whatever they want. They could park upside down if they wanted to. Oh, the things I've seen in Dearborn and the Arabic community, the largest Arabic Muslim community in America. It's little Lebanon in Dearborn, but Henry Ford Museum. I've never went there. I've never. Greenfield Village. There's another place to go, Tam. Greenfield Village. Um, so I don't know. I don't know. Say hi, Brent. Hi, Brent. Tell your husband hello. You can't sleep outside in Florida. Why? Alligators? I don't know. Because Florida is where a lot of the homeless go. California and Florida to where it's warm all year round. So I'm praying about my homeless situation. God gets his cut every month. Yes, amen. Where does if you don't have a place, where does because Social Security won't send to a post office box. How do you get your check every month? It has to go to an address. Here in Michigan, anyway, you got to have a physical address. They won't send anything from the government won't go to a post office box. So I'm just wondering how do you get your check every month? It's just terrible. Plus, it's not enough to live on. If you weren't homeless and you had a home, Social Security is not enough to live on. It is not. If I wasn't married and Christy wasn't working, we'd be homeless. You know. Again, because they don't give you enough. Direct. Yeah, mine's direct deposit too into the account. Yeah, but you still got to have an address somehow. I don't know. It's just strange. I'm just praying for you, Avis. I'm getting ready to head out to Flint. I'm not going down. Please pray that Donald Trump changes his mind. Don't come to Flint. And Tam, if you want to come to Michigan, there are so many places to see that are good. Greenfield Village is, like I said, that's a place to go. The Henry Ford Museum, Greenfield Village, they're the same thing. I think it's the same thing. The top of the Rooster Tail in downtown Detroit. Get on the People Mover. I don't know, it's scary. You're up there. I think they're working on that now. I think the train is not working. Before I leave, our 20th wedding anniversary, Christy and I, October 9th is our 20th wedding anniversary. We don't have much. We're probably going to go somewhere. Yeah, you could stay the night in Detroit. You got to go to, oh my goodness, it's downtown Detroit. The best barbecue ribs in the world. Sweetwater. Write this down, Tam. Sweetwater. I can't remember. It's downtown Detroit. Oh my! It's it's like butter. The meat falls off the bone like butter. It's crazy how good Sweetwater is. They opened one in Flint now. Downtown Flint. Don't go to the Sweetwater. The same people opened one, but nobody goes there. Nobody goes downtown Flint to the old brick road. But Detroit is okay. Detroit is okay. So I don't know, but we're trying to think of where to go with no money. We don't know where to go. Uh, um, um, and there's an address there if you want to give to Avis. Um, uh, 400 Southwest. I don't know. Thanks for the insight. They go there. Oh my goodness, Sweetwater. It is just great. But we're trying to think of where to go for our 20th wedding anniversary next month. And we wanted to go to Chicago, take the train. We don't have the money though. We can't afford the hotel. It's like 400. Who can afford a hotel? We can afford the trip. The train is cheaper than gas. We wanted to go to the, it's not called the Miracle Mile, it's called the something mile, Majestic Mile, or whatever it's called. We wanted to go to the Navy Pier. That's what we wanted for our anniversary, but we can't find any housing reasonable. And Airbnb, they want like $400. We don't have it, so we were going to have to stay here and just travel around right here somewhere for our wedding anniversary. So if you're from Michigan, help me think of where can we go. Christy said maybe Ludington. We're not sure. Oh, I want to go to West Virginia so bad. That's where I'm from originally. That's my real, my mom's dad, my grandpa, Harold Shuttleworth from West Virginia. I miss West. We went last year. Was it last year? And I want to go back. Take me back to the place that feels like home with the people I can depend on. Take me back to West Virginia. God's country. It is God's country. Yes, I miss West Virginia. We went to the Outer Banks, but we don't have that income this year, so we can't go. We can't go to West Virginia. I would go there in a heartbeat, but we just don't have the money to travel. So we wanted to go to Chicago because that was cheap. Not the Miracle Mile. What do they call it? And the Navy Pier. We can afford all that, but we can't afford the hotel. We don't have $400 for 2 days, or one night. It's ridiculous. Then another option was Kentucky to Noah's Ark, but I don't know. I can't do a whole lot of walking because after the sepsis, I try not to tell people, but I have nerve damage in my legs, and it's very difficult. I have to use a cane if I go too far, and I just can't climb. So the Lord is still good to me. I'm still alive, so we're going to figure something out. But I love you guys. I'm heading out to Flint. Pray that Donald Trump doesn't come to Flint. Please pray. West Virginia is so beautiful. So go to the lake and have it. Yeah, that's all we're going to do. We're going to go to Ludington and come right back home. Ludington is around Lake Michigan, and it's all the little fish town and all the little lakes, and that's what we're going to do. We're just going to make it simple. Heading out to Flint and pray for our ministry, pray for Avis, and too much woo-woo going on. God help us all. That's right. That's right. God help us all. He's the only one that can. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon.